Okay, budgeting to buy a house. So the idea is we spend less money, we'll build up our bank account, and eventually we'll be able to buy a house. The more we commit to this, the faster we save money, the faster you get qualified to buy a house. So I try to keep these videos short so that if this isn't the way you learn, watch a different video because we all learn differently. So this video is going to be about my people that have multiple bank accounts. So number one, my recommendation is to get rid of multiple bank accounts. There's no reason to make things more complicated. By having 10 different bank accounts doesn't make you have more money. By having 10 different bank accounts doesn't mean you're depositing more per month. You're depositing the same amount regardless of how many bank accounts you have. And that's how you want to budget is off of how much you're depositing. But for some reason, when I have people close out their bank accounts, they get upset. So, for those of you out there that don't want to close out your bank accounts because you have some weird attachment to them, or if you're only not closing them out because you think you've established banking relationships, or if you think having multiple bank accounts improves your credit, those are false. Those are things that may have worked in the olden days. In modern days, Wells Fargo doesn't know that you have 9 bank accounts or you have 2 bank accounts, and it makes no difference to them. In fact, they got in big trouble for opening up bank accounts for people without their knowledge because they want you to have more bank accounts because they want your money spread out because they're more likely to be able to charge you fees by doing that. So again, my recommendation is only have one bank account, and then if your bank account always increases, the balance is always going up, you're doing the right things. But in this example, we're going to talk about those people that refuse to do any of that and you want to have multiple bank accounts. What I want you to do is focus on account number one. Whichever account you decide is your main account, I want this one to increase. Okay. So, wherever you're trying to build up your funds, if you want to put money in there at the end of the month after you've paid all of your bills, however you want to do it, I want this account to go up. And now, for all of your other accounts that you have, hopefully it's not more than this. You should not have more than one bank account. Nowadays, in modern times, we can pay all of our bills out of this regardless if it's a savings or a checking. You don't need both. Anyway, but if you do have multiple accounts, this is the one where I want you focusing on it increasing every single month. I want you budgeting so that it's going up. All of these other accounts, though, I want to go up by $1. That's $1. Every single one of these accounts. If you have multiple accounts and you're making things more complicated like this, at least $1 increase in all of your accounts. And then however much you want. Obviously, the more the better in our main account. This way, we're keeping track of our funds. If you don't have these bank accounts increasing, what can happen is even though this one went up by a lot, if this account went down and this account went down and this account stayed the same, you still didn't save as much money as you think you saved. And sometimes people will say, like, Ryan, well, this account up here is my savings account. This is my checking account. It doesn't matter what they're called. That makes no difference. If your checking account is down by $500 and your savings account is up by $500, you didn't save any money that month. Let me repeat that. If this is down 500 and this is up 500, all you did was take money out of your left pocket and you put it in your right pocket. That doesn't mean you have more money. This is where people get confused when they have multiple accounts. So once again, I recommend closing out these extra accounts you don't need. If you absolutely do have to maintain them then, these can't happen. There cannot be decreases. You have to increase it by at least $1 in every single account and have money going up in your primary account. So hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't, watch one of my other videos. Again, we all learn differently. Go ahead and put it to the test. See what works for you. No matter what, we need to be increasing our bank accounts, which means spending less money.